What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Trudiangreen, and if you're new here, welcome. On this channel you can expect anything from beauty, lifestyle, and lots of skincare. So as you can tell by the title, today I'm going to be giving you skincare tips. Now some of these tips are pretty obvious, but you'll be surprised how many people are skipping over these steps. I also want to know, in this video I won't be focusing on products that I personally use myself, because I feel as though skincare is so personal and you really just have to give it time to find what works for you. So with that said, without further ado, let's jump in and let's talk about the skin, honey. So first and foremost, I want to say that my skin is nowhere near perfect. This is just the journey that I'm on. These are just tips that I've figured out that have been working for me, and I'm seeing results, and I just really want to reiterate that to a lot of you guys so that you can have nice glowy skin as well. Now the first tip that I would have to recommend is washing your hands. Now this is washing your hands before you start doing any form of skincare regimen routine. So our fingers are pretty much the breeding ground for bacteria. We sweat, we touch doorknobs, we scratch our bodies, we touch our hair, we touch our face. We're touching so many things throughout our day that washing your hands before you start in your skincare routine is so important. You want to make sure that you're washing your hands for at least 30 seconds, and you want to make sure that you're getting in between your fingers, underneath your fingernails, and just scrubbing all over. For me personally, I always going twice and wash my hands. So the first is just like a pre-cleanse, and then the second time I'm just like making sure that I've touched every single part of my hands and they're thoroughly clean. Not only washing your hands is important, but wiping down your skincare product. You can use a Clorox wipes, you can use a little bit of bleach with water, makeup wipes, whatever you have on hand. Like, wipe down your skincare products because they can low-key carry germs, and if you're going to be cross-contaminating, touching the bottle and touching your face, it kind of just defeats the purpose. So wiping down your products and washing your hands is my #1 tip. Now tip number 2 is doing some sort of pre-cleanse. Hold up, I know what you're thinking, girl, that's just another product for me to buy. I don't need an extra step in my skincare routine. I'm trying to be in and out, but I'm telling you, this is a step that you don't want to miss. Now pre-cleanse is just a step that you do before you go in with your face wash. It's super important because it's the first step to your skincare routine that's going to ensure that your skin is thoroughly clean. Most pre-cleanse comes in a form of an oil or a balm. I use both and I pretty much see the same results. Basically what it's doing is acting as a magnet to break down the product, pull out the dirt and the oil. A bonus of using a pre-cleanse is going to also like hydrate your skin in a way. Like, I hate that feeling when I'm cleaning my face and it's so stiff and tight. A pre-cleanse shouldn't really do that, and I don't know, I kind of like that step in my skincare routine. It's just so therapeutic, and I know that I'm doing my skin justice when I do this step. I also want to add, makeup wipes are not a pre-cleanse step. You don't want to do this. I'm telling you now, your skin's going to hate you. Using makeup wipes cause premature wrinkles. It also just tugs on your skin and can leave it really irritated. A lot of the chemicals that are in these makeup wipes aren't that soothing to the skin, so your skin's gonna feel like it's burning or it just feels irritated. So please ditch the makeup wipes, use an oil or a balm to remove your makeup. Now tip number 3 is to use products with active ingredients. Now this is your BHAs, your AHAs, your retinol, hyaluronic acid, vitamin C. Now there's so many different active ingredients in these skincare products that will treat your specific skincare concerns. I know that was like a whole mouthful, but you really want to do your research and know the type of skin that you have. But so basically, the products that you're using for your skin, you want to make sure that the active ingredients in it reflects what your skin needs. Now a major tip is to look at the percentage of that specific ingredient in these products. Now if you're starting off, like for me, I have hyperpigmentation and I start off with a low dose of lactic acid. Lactic acid basically helps with skin cells turnover and just fading my dark marks. Now over time, I would eventually have to increase that amount because my skin at some point will get used to it and it's basically not going to work anymore. So your tolerance level, more than likely you will build it up, so you have to go go maybe from a 2% to a 5% to a 10%. You never want to start with a 10%. Like, don't start with the highest number. Like, girl, I'm trying to have clear skin, let me go for the highest number. Sis, you're gonna be mad. Start low and build your way up. Now, tip number 4 is using a face mask at night. I can tell you how much this has improved my skin over time. Now, in my head, I would like to think of it, my skin just has a little bit more time to really get that product to sink in. I'm not outside. I'm not like in the environment where it's not coming in contact with so many different factors. So I feel as though my skin is just so much more plumped and dewy and radiant. Now, your overnight mask will vary depending on what your skin concerns are, but there's several different types, like a hydrating overnight mask, a retinol. There's so many different ones that if I start listing them, we're gonna be here all day. But using a face mask at night, I just honestly feel like it's the best way to see results and, you know, have a glowy skin. Now, overnight face masks, you definitely don't want to do them every single day. 2 to 3 times a week is a fair amount. So don't overdo it, because again, if your product has a really strong active ingredients, you probably can be doing more damage to your skin than good. Now, tip number 5 is to hydrate. I think this is the word for 2020. Hydrated skin. Now, there's something about hydrated skin that just sits so well with my soul. Now, if you think about it, hydration, aka water, is needed for any normal, healthy physical body activity. I don't know how to say that. But water is needed to not only flush toxins, help you move, help with your joints, help remove waste. So you want to make sure that you're using lots of products with hyaluronic acid. I don't think there's anyone on this earth who will say hyaluronic acid. Nah, I don't want it. Now think about it as a plant. If you don't give a plant water, what will happen to it? It will basically dry up, crumble, and it will just be dead. Your body is pretty much the same. Using products that's going to help aid in hydration is such an essential, because think about it like this. If you have a plant and you don't give the plant water, what will happen? It will basically dry up, crumble, and it'll just be dead. So it's the same concept that goes for our skin, our internal organs, and overall our body entire function. So make sure you're drinking lots of water and using products that contain lots of hyaluronic acid. So tip number 6 will be to see a dermatologist or an esthetician, or you can see both. Now, when it comes into a dermatologist, I feel as though it's super important if you have major skin concerns such as cystic acne, for example. Sometimes a lot of the products in the drugstore or even Sephora won't necessarily treat that problem, and you need something that's a little bit more stronger. So seeing a dermatologist is going to be super beneficial, because they can really prescribe you products that's going to be specific for your need. A dermatologist is also going to be beneficial because they have the ability to do lots of testing, whether that's allergy testing, blood work, to see if there's a more underlying issue that's causing your skincare concerns. And for an esthetician, it's a little bit different, and that's probably the route that I will take, because an esthetician is more to clean and maintain a healthy skin. An esthetician is going to be the one to give you those deep skin treatments. They're going to give you those facials. They do a lot of extractions, and basically some of the things that you probably don't want to do on your own at home. Like, I know extraction is one of those things that kind of creep people out, and you don't want to see your face bleeding or pussy or all of that jazz. An esthetician is going to be your best bet, because you know that they'll be doing it in the most hygienic way, and you at home probably will cross-contaminate and stuff like that. I personally have never seen a dermatologist. I have seen an esthetician once, but because of the price, it can be a little bit expensive. Not everyone kind of go that route, but I would definitely say that if it's something that you can afford, and once a month or every 3 months you want to treat yourself to that deep facial, it's super beneficial and, you know, really effective. But moving forward, I know that I do want to incorporate an esthetician into my skincare routine and just, you know, get a professional advice and so forth. Now, tip number 7 will be to follow the proper steps for a skincare routine. Now, this includes pre-cleanse, cleansing, toning, serums, moisturizer, and then an oil. Now you will be so surprised that so many people skip toner and serums. I think that's the two where people like, I ain't spending money on that, I'm good. But really and truly, if you have skincare problems, these are the most important steps in your routine that's going to help treat that problem. Your moisturizer more than likely is just to moisturize. Now moving on to my last and final step, it would have to be consistent. Shocker. Consistency is key. Just like anything else in our lives, our diet, workout routine, skincare is no exception. So making sure that you're consistent and giving your products time to flourish is major importance. Now, jumping from skincare products to skincare products is not really ideal. I know as a content and beauty creator, you're kind of tempted to try new products every other week, but I try not to switch it up too much. Like I will switch out a toner or a face wash, but I try not to switch it out too much because I really know and comfortable with what my skin likes. Now if your skin is getting used to a product, that's when you probably want to change it up, but for the most part, just stay consistent, give it time, and you will see that your skin can completely transform. So that is pretty much it. I hope this video was really informative and helpful for you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I love you and I catch you in my next one.